Hey y'all, it's Mickey, and I am here to do my February TBR. I know that it is the second week of February, but that means there's 3 weeks still left of February, so it's cool. Yeah, it's a little late, but it's still worthwhile. I have 3 books that I'm reading by Black authors in honor of Black History Month, and then I have 2 books that I am reading just because. So the first book that I am reading is Purple Hibiscus by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. I have already started this. I am liking it so far. It's a little bit different than what I thought it was going to be. I read Americana by her and was blown away by it. This is her first novel. And it kind of feels like a first novel, but I still am enjoying it. I'm buddy reading it with Tatiana from Musical Tati. And she just started it yesterday, so I'm really eager to hear her thoughts on it so far. The next book that I'm reading is Native Son by Richard Wright. Now, I am really kind of sort of intimidated by Richard Wright. I think it's because of the comments that I read several years back that he had about Zora Neale Hurston and about Their Eyes Were Watching God. He did not like that book. He did not like Hurston as a writer. And some of the things that he said about her made me think to myself, and like I really like Hurston as a writer and I like Their Eyes Were Watching God. And so some of the things that he said made me think, if that's how you feel about her work, what must your work be like? And so ever since then, I think I've been really sort of intimidated by him, but I really do want to read it. I think that once I get started that I'll probably find that the fear was probably unfounded, but yeah, I've just been kind of intimidated by this writer in general. But I'm reading it this month. I'm buddy reading it with Stephanie from Time to Read and Ginger from It's On Page 47, and so it's kind of cool to be reading it with other people, and we'll get to be able to share our thoughts about what we're reading, and hopefully it'll make the whole experience a little less intimidating. Next book that I am reading is White Girls by Hilton Als. It's probably a glare. I'm sorry if there is. I picked this up last year. It was recommended to me by the Reading in Color hashtag on Twitter, which if you watch my review on Counter Narratives, you know what I'm talking about there. It's just a hashtag that is on Twitter recommending books by people of color. And I picked it up. It is, and I'm quoting from the blurb here that was written by John Jeremiah Sullivan. He says, "It's a leap forward, not merely for Als as a writer, but for the peculiar American genre of cultural critique as autobiography." So that's the kind of book this is. As far as I can tell, it's a series of essays about different aspects of American culture. When I was flipping through it, I saw that he wrote an essay about Flannery O'Connor, and then there was another essay about Richard Pryor. So I am really excited to see what this book is about. It has a lot of really great blurbs from people like Junot Diaz. The Kirkus Star Review says Al's work is so much, he says, Al's work is so much more than simply writing about being black or gay or smart. It's about being human. And that just made me really want to pick this up. So I hope to finish this in this month. And those are the 3 books that I'm reading in honor of Black History Month. Just a bunch of books by Black authors that I've been meaning to get to for a while now. And I thought this month would be as good as any other month. Then I'm also rereading The Awakening by Kate Chopin. I read this in high school, and I remember liking it in high school. I remember liking it a lot, but I don't really trust the opinion of high school me. There were a lot of things that high school me got right, but there were a whole lot of things that high school me got wrong. So I'm really curious to see how I will feel about this book as an adult, especially now that I'm not like looking at it analytically or critiquing it. And it's being read by a Goodreads group that I'm a part of called All About Books. So again, I'm kind of being prompted more so to read a lot of books when I have people who I can discuss them with. So looking forward to checking this out and seeing if this still deserves to be in my library, because this is my copy of the book. And if I don't like it after reading it this time around, then it'll go. But I have high hopes for it. And then the last book that I'm reading is a ebook that I'm borrowing from my library. The only reason why I'm reading it this month is because I had put it on hold several months ago and it just became available to me. I don't know where I'm going to put it, but it's The Grown Up by Gillian Flynn. And I read Gone Girl and liked it. Wasn't as impressed by it as everybody else was, but I am intrigued by Gillian Flynn's writing. And I have zero clue what the book is about. I remember I was just kind of browsing through the Overdrive new books and I saw that it was there. And I figured I'd put it on hold because I knew that I was probably going to be person number 150 in the queue. And I pretty much was. And so now it's become available. So I have to try and fit it into my schedule for this month. So let me know down below what you are reading, or if you've read any of the books that I plan to read this month, or if you want to read the books that I'm reading this month with me. And I hope to talk to you guys soon. Have a great night.